When you argue with a fool, it's really hard to tell who's who. And hear me, everybody plays the fool at some point in their life, but the tragedy is in remaining a fool. Today, let's talk from the topic Fool's Gold, the cost of not walking in wisdom. Once you lean in, lock in, you know what's up, turn me up. I'm mic'd up. Join me, and let's mix it up. What's good, good people? How you doing? How you living? How's it going? What's happening? I hope that you, yes, you are doing well. And well, I want to welcome you to another edition of In the Mix. I'm your host with the most, yours truly, Dr. Eddie Connor, and it is an honor that you have joined me today. Come on, share this with somebody real quickly. Share this link with somebody. And we're getting ready to have a courageous conversation of illumination. We're going to have a tremendous talk and give some real transparent truths from the topic Fool's Gold. Yeah, the cost of not walking in wisdom. And, you know, April Fools, and some of us have been pranked today. Some of us are doing the pranking, but some of us have, in many cases, been tricked, not just when it's April Fools and not when it's just on a particular day like today, but in many cases on any and every day. We've been tricked out of the truth of who it is that we are. We've been tricked out of the wisdom that we have. We've decided to surround ourselves with foolish people. And as a result of that, we make foolish decisions. But today, we're going to find some clarity. We're going to find some connectivity. And we're going to find calm in the midst of the chaos. As you know, everything that looks good on the outside isn't always what it portrays itself to be on the inside. You've heard the term, everything that glitters is not gold, right? And truth be told, people and situations are really are really more than what meets the eye. Heard somebody say real eyes, real lies, real truth, or lies. And one's real eyes are not what's on the outside. Real eyes have discernment. Real eyes have vision. Real eyes see beyond what they see, and they can transform their reality. Real eyes go beyond sight, because you can have sight but not vision. And if you have sight but no vision, you're still blind. Sight is of the eyes. Vision derives from the heart. Vision comes from the spirit. Vision is faith. I got to have that faith to not be foolish, but to overcome what in many cases oftentimes tries to overcome me. There's some people who are good to you, but who may not necessarily be any good for you. Some people who are good to you, but may not be good for you. They see you with their eyes, but their heart is not with you. And what I realize is that a person's worth in your life should be determined by their actions. Do they build you or do they break you? Do they lift you up or do they pull you down? Do they empower you or do they discourage you? Right? Are they causing you to soar, or are they trying to silence your roar? What are they doing? Are the people in your life adding to your life? Because here's the thing, just because they're around you doesn't mean that they're with you. Don't waste your time entertaining negativity. Definitely don't waste your time entertaining foolishness. Don't waste your time entertaining foolishness. And in order to do that, here's some strategies that I'm giving you so that you can walk in wisdom. Because here's the thing, there is a cost for not walking in wisdom. There's a cost for not making wise choices. There's a cost for not making wise decisions. There's a cost for hanging around unwise individuals. There's a cost for hanging around foolish people. There's a cost for that. And that cost can oftentimes move you into a place of doing permanent things in temporary situations, permanent things with temporary people. And generally, doing permanent things with temporary people leaves you with permanent scars. Family, just type fool's gold, type fool's gold, type fool's gold. I gotta start living my life like it's golden. Not moving to a particular place of negativity, but overcoming the stronghold and the stranglehold that has oftentimes been on our life. Fool's gold, the cost of not walking in wisdom. Number one, I came with some strategies for you. I got to give you some real insight. Number one, here's what you got to do. You got to stop dealing with emotional hijackers. Yeah. Stop dealing with and surrounding yourself with emotional hijackers. You've been around too many emotional squatters. You've been around too many, in many cases, vision snipers, emotional snipers. And these individuals who will possibly be riding in the vehicle or in the plane with you to take your life to another plane. These are individuals who possibly just may overtake your transportation. And guess this is what they want to do. Emotional hijackers, they want to steer the wheel in the direction of where they want it to go. You're going this way, they want to go another way. They have their own agenda. They want to play off of your emotions. Here's what I've told you before, and I'll tell you again. Nothing is wrong with having emotions. It's just a problem when emotions have you. Nothing wrong with having emotions. It's just unchecked emotions will wreck your life. Feel your emotions. You should do that. You should feel your emotions, but you should not be fueled by your emotions. FEEL. But don't allow your emotions to feel. FILLU. FEEL your emotions, but don't allow your emotions to FILLU. Oftentimes, we know how things are going to end. We've seen the trailer to the movie. We've seen the movie already, and we know how it's going to end. But we just think that we could rewrite the plot. We think that we can rewrite the scene and skip past all the red flags, all the landmines that are looking to attack your mind. No, 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 no. You're not going to turn them red flags to green. Not going to do it. Got to analyze. Got to see, is this really worth my time, my mental energy, my emotions? I'm not going to allow people to hijack my emotions by arguments. When you argue with a fool, it's hard to tell who's who. Stop allowing people to hijack your emotions and how you feel about yourself and who it is that you are. Stop allowing it. Stop giving people permission to hijack your emotions. They want to steer it in the direction of where they want it to. They want to they want to ask particular questions. They want to really kind of get to know who it is that you are so that they can easily sow discord, division, manipulate, and gaslight you. Don't allow that to happen to you. I remember some years ago, there was a movie, Why Do Fools Fall in Love? And the story was about Frankie Lyman. The story was about Frankie Lyman and the Teenagers, a soul group back in the day. And oftentimes, or at particular times in our life, we fell in love with a fool. We did something foolish. We tried to fool ourselves into thinking that somebody else could change. We took our We took our heart where our mind couldn't keep us. Sometimes your heart will take you where your mind can't keep you. We got deceived. And here's the thing, the heart is desperately wicked and deceitful above all who can know it. Well, just follow your heart. Bad advice. Your heart will take you where your mind cannot keep you if you allow it to. I have to walk with wisdom. I have to allow the Spirit of God to guide me. I have to be thinking. I have to be metacognitive. I have to think about what I'm thinking about. I got to begin to walk in wisdom so that I can make the right decisions. Wisdom, I need you to hear me, is never determined by years, is defined by experience. You can be young and wise, but you can also be an old fool too. Wisdom has no particular age, it's just your stage of maturity, not by years, but particularly by experience. Not about your age, not about your wage. It's about your stage of maturity that's going to make a difference. And how you respond to challenges in your life. If you're going to be a champion over challenges, that's letting me know, that's letting us know, that's letting people in your life know that you choose wisdom over foolishness. A lot of foolishness going on politically, socially, emotionally, in relationships. A lot of foolishness going on. Social media, a lot of foolishness going on. Got to mitigate the distractions. Got to get real laser focused. Got to get into my word so that I can get wisdom. That's why I try to read a proverb a day. Yeah. Proverbs 1 for the first day of the month. Proverbs 2, so on and so on and so on. I got to get wisdom. I got to get understanding. With all that getting, get an understanding. Number 2, we're talking. For those of you just tuning in, welcome. We're talking about fool's gold, the cost of not walking in wisdom. Secondly, here's what I got to do. I got to get out of my own way. I have to get out of the way. Get out of the way. Family, just type get out, get out, get out, get out. It's more than just a movie by Jordan Peele. I'm talking about getting out of your own way so that God can make a way. Too often we're saying, well, I'm just waiting on God. No, he's really waiting on you. He's waiting on you to remove yourself. He's waiting on you to take your hands off of certain things. He's waiting on you to get out of his way. Why? Because God is a gentleman. He's not going to push you out of the way. God is a gentleman. He enjoys opening doors for you. Why stand in the way of the door that he's trying to open? Why stand in the doorway when he's trying to close a particular door? He's going to open doors that no man can close, but he'll also close doors that no man can open. And hear me, don't limit God to just a door. Why? Because he can open up windows of heaven and pour out blessings that you have no room to receive, have not room enough to receive. You're in your way when pride is in your way. You're in your way when you haven't put pride aside and ego and selfishness and a rotten attitude and arrogance. All of that impedes your progress. Hear me, it's not always an outside force that inhibits your progress. Sometimes it's you. Sometimes it's the heart that you have on the inside. Sometimes it's your own mind, it's your will, it's your emotions. You've allowed people to emotionally hijack you. You're dealing with so many emotional squatters that live in your mind that you have not put out. Dealing with vision snipers that vanquish your vision. You got to get out of your own way. You got to get out of your own way so that God can bless you in an unlimited way. And when he blesses you in an unlimited way, nobody can block it. Nobody can stop it. Why? Because God has his hand on it. I need you to hear me. Listen, what God has for you is for you. The blessing has been measured for you. The blessing is tailor-made for you. Don't relinquish it. Don't relinquish the goal. Don't go back and revisit the plan to transform it into action. What you feed your mind today is going to grow in your life tomorrow. What am I saying? What you sow will grow. What you feed and water will grow. You got to feed your faith and you have to starve your doubts. Light and darkness cannot coexist in the same space. And here's what you got to stop doing. You got to stop cowering down, and you have to stop allowing yourself to move people into the particular place to where they now move you out of the position where you should be in your life. There's a light that's on the inside of you that no darkness can put out. There's a strength that's on the inside of you that no weakness can put out. Take the focus off your weakness. Take the focus off your weaknesses and your deficiencies. Why is that? Because even when you're weak, that's when God is strong for you. You have to change your mindset. You have to begin to hone in on what it is that you have been called to do, and you have to do it. You have to use your gifts. By using what you have, here's what it does. It elevates you beyond the setback. It's foolish to keep standing in your own way. And hear me, many of us are standing in our own way simply because the greatest enemy is oftentimes the inner me. It's World War Me that is generally going on. I got to overcome the law that's warring against my mind. I have to overcome the war that is taking place internally so that I'm not warring against other individuals. But I recognize that my fight is not flesh and blood. It's spiritual warfare. It's spiritual wickedness in high places. High places. So I can't bring low thinking to a high place. I have to bring higher thinking to a high place so that I can bring that high place down to the lower place simply because I'm thinking higher. I got power that's higher. I got greatness that's higher. I won't fool myself out of what it is that God wants me to step into. We need to be fulfilled so that we're not living a life that is foolish. There's a story that you have. There's a story that somebody needs to hear. I want to share with you on how to write that story. I want to help you to do that. I want you to go and download my bestseller book blueprint. I've written 18 books. Yeah, you can get those on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, iTunes, Audible. You can get them as ebooks, audiobooks, hard copies. You can get them as signed copies at my website, EddieConnor.com. But not only do I just write books, I show you how to write your book, to take your manuscript to the marketplace, to become an industry authority as an author, to increase your sales. And I'm giving you the whole manual that I wish I had when I started out. Nobody taught me this. I had to learn by hitting my head, unfortunately, by making mistakes, mishaps, missteps. But I'm giving you the manual that causes you to override that and overcome that. Get my bestseller book blueprint right now. These are the same strategies, the structures, the solutions, the systems that I use and have used to create and write and publish 18 books as a best-selling author. Go get it right now. EddieConnor.com, EddieConnor.com. We're on number 3. We're on number 3 as we're talking about fool's gold, the cost, and yes, even the consequences of not walking in wisdom. Thirdly, walk with the wise. I told you number 1. You got to stop dealing with emotional hijackers. Stop it. Secondly, you got to get out of the way. Get out of your own way. Thirdly, you have to walk with the wise. You are, they say, show me your 5 friends and I'll show you your future. Show me your 5 friends and I'll show you your future. Why is that? Because you generally become who you hang around. Your association brings about assimilation. Heard somebody say, if you can't change the people you're around, change the people that you're around. Many of us, we think we have friends, but they're really frenemies. They are enemies disguised as friends. Association brings about assimilation. Scripture says this: you get wise by walking with the wise. Become wise by walking with the wise. Hang out with fools, and here's what happens. Not only do you just become foolish, but your life falls to pieces. Your life falls to pieces. Your relationships start breaking down. Your financial foundation starts breaking down. Your home breaking down. It's falling to pieces. It's being tattered and torn and destroyed. I have to walk with those who are wise. And here's the thing: I have to want to do it. I have to want to be great. I have to want to surround myself with wisdom. So many people are so insecure about surrounding themselves with people who are smarter than them. You don't want to be in a room when you're always just the smartest person. You need individuals who have a different concept on life than you do, who see life from a different angle and from a different lens that you do. I only get better and wiser by walking with people who are wiser than me. A know-it-all really knows nothing at all. You have to be quick to hear, slow to speak. I've been in some really, really great rooms with some really notable people. I go down the line, I could create a litany and a list. But here's what I understood, and I began to understand that early. Sometimes when you're in a room with people who evoke and ooze greatness, it's not necessarily your time to talk. It's really just your time to listen. It's your time to have an inclining ear, to draw near, to hear clear. Not to just tell us what's on your mind, but to actually listen, and then maybe you can pose some questions. Why is that? Because smart people know what to say. Wise people know when and whether or not to say it. I have to walk with the wise to do that. And here it is. We learn by modeling. We learn by just listening and looking. Observation. Nobody has it all. And because of that, I need to make sure that I'm not high on my own supply, but I'm a forever student. That's one thing. Come here, come here, come here, come here. If you're going to really be successful, and I've learned this, you have to be a forever student. Always be looking to search out. Always be looking to gain knowledge. Always be looking to increase your level of understanding and your clarity and your knowledge. Always be looking to get better, or you always remain stuck. You always remain stagnant. Life will always present a stranglehold. Life will always present a stronghold that ultimately becomes a chokehold. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Fool's gold, the cost of not walking in wisdom. Stop dealing with emotional hijackers. Number one. Number two, get out of your own way. Thirdly, walk with the wise. Last but not least, it's a story about the bird, the boy, and the old man. Here's one thing that we must recognize. Generally, older people don't think they can learn anything new. Young people think they know everything. Young people think they know everything. Older people oftentimes don't think they can learn anything new. And oftentimes that becomes the lot of our life. Here's what I understand: if you don't evolve, you won't be involved. Story of this young boy who thought he was smarter than everybody, especially those who are older than him. And he walks across the street one day. He's got a fragile bird in his hand behind his back. He calls out to an old man who lives across the street and he says, "Sir." And he knows calling him sir is a term of endearment and respect because he's really one of the wisest individuals that is purported to be living in that neighborhood. When people have an issue, when people need some insight, they always go to that old man. And generally, the old man was always in his rocking chair on the porch. Young boy goes to the old man and he says to him, "Sir," he says, "I'm holding a bird in my back." How does he get a fragile bird in his hand? Who knows? But he's holding a bird in his back, behind his back. And he calls out to the old man. He says, "Sir, is the bird that I'm holding behind my back dead or alive?" Yeah. Is the bird that I'm holding behind my back dead or alive? Old man, since you got all the answers, I'm going to ask you. You see, the young boy thought, I got him cornered now. I can trick him. Yeah, let me prove that this wise guy is really a fool. Yeah. And so all of a sudden, the old man, instead of leaning back in his rocking chair, he leans forward. He's locked in. He's leaned in. He's adjusted himself in his chair. He furrows his brow. He pushes up his glasses on the bridge of his nose, puts his hand under his bearded chin, and he says, "Young lad, just to make sure that I'm answering the question right, you asked me, is the bird that you're holding behind your back dead or alive?" Young lad said, "Yes, sir. That's the question." The old man retorted back to the young lad, to the boy, and he said, "Young lad, the answer is in your hands." The boy thought, if the man said it's dead, I was just going to let it go. The man said that it was alive, I was just going to crush it. But the old man blew the young man's mind because the old man said, the answer is in your hands. And that's what I want to let you know today. Whether you're walking as a person in foolishness or in wisdom, the answer is in your hands. It's your choice. Whether you're going to allow your hands to kill the dream or you're going to allow it to soar on wings like an eagle. The answer's in your hands. You're going to be depressed or you're going to go into joy. The answer's in your hands. You're going to suffer in silence or are you going to seek out help and get counseling and therapy? Because in the multitude of counselors, there is safety. The answer is in your hands. Are you going to sit on your hands or understand that the greatest help that you can possibly get is at the end of your wrist? Don't miss the opportunity to seize the moment. Answers in your hands about our community. Answers in your hands about our world. The answers in your hands about if you're going to just survive or thrive. The answers in your hands when it comes to love. The answers in your hands when it comes to quelling violence. The answers in your hands if our children are going to be champions. The answers in your hands if we're going to really remedy the issues that are affecting those who are vulnerably housed and homeless. The answer is in your hands. What will you do with it? Will you make wise decisions? Or will you just say everybody plays the fool and I might as well remain one? No, I got to lean in. I got to lock in to really live my life like it's golden and not have fool's gold. I don't want something that looks like it is that which I thought it was, but it lacks real veracity. It lacks real sustenance and substance. I don't want to just look healed, but be sick. I don't want to just look like I'm gold, but really be paper mache. I don't want to just really look like I'm gold, but really be bronze and silver. I want to win all the way because having done all to stand, I want to stand and shift my life to another level. Family, just type wisdom. Wisdom. I need wisdom for my relationships. I need wisdom, and I need that discernment when I'm making decisions. I need wisdom for my church. I need wisdom for my organization. I need wisdom in my industry. I need wisdom for the next decisions. I need wisdom for the next step that I'm going to take. Because if not, I'll be operating out of foolishness, confusing it with wisdom. And here's what I understand. God uses the foolish things of this world to confound the wise. Nobody thought you were ever clever, qualified, but you've been crafted by God. God doesn't just call qualified people, but he qualifies those who he calls. You're called to walk in wisdom. You're called to shift your life to another direction. Family, after this type of outpour that you received, the only responsibility is to give. I've fed you. I've empowered you as I do 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, for In the Mix. As we mix it up right here, you owe it to you to make an investment in a word like this. You owe it to you to make an investment in wisdom. And I would that you would sow even now. Sow even now. We've been having a super conversation. Drop a super chat, drop a super sticker, drop a super thanks. Yeah. You can give electronically on Cash App via Cash App, $DR Eddie Ministries, $DR Eddie Ministries, PayPal, Zelle, EddieConnorJr at gmail.com. Once again, on Cash App, $DR Eddie Ministries, Dr. Eddie Ministries, PayPal, Zelle, EddieConnorJr at gmail.com. I appreciate you sowing into this word that you've heard, and I'm believing that God's going to replenish you 30, 60, 100 fold, exceedingly abundantly, above all that you can ask or think. I appreciate you, whether it's a $10 seed, whether it's a $5 seed, whether it's a $20 seed, $50 seed, $100 seed, whatever it is on that level. I appreciate you for even sowing into this word that you have heard. I want you to take flight with me. I want you to launch to another level. We do great things here, but we go even further and farther into my virtual village, my community, my private community, where you got to get access. And how do you get access? You go to theeaglesacademy.com. Theeaglesacademy.com. When you get there, tap the join now button, fill out the form, be transformed. You'll be transformed in the teaching, the coaching, the training, the mentoring that I provide to you, that takes things down to its granular level, that lifts things up to the highest mountaintop peak, that gives you practical insight and meets you where it is that you are, with strategy, structure, solutions, and systems to take your vision to another dimension. You owe it to you to get into a community, in our private Facebook community. You owe it to you to get all the access to our sessions, past and present, that bring about transformation. You owe it to you to make this investment in yourself, to expand and increase your network, because your network determines your net worth. That's what you said. To build camaraderie and connections and relationships. And who knows, maybe business partners or just lifelong friends. Community is the new currency. You owe it to you to make an investment to be a part of our live sessions where I'm coaching, teaching, training, mentoring you live in color, feedback, right in our Zoom room, in our virtual village. Go right now to theeaglesacademy.com, theeaglesacademy.com. You've had enough information. Now it's time for transformation. Now it's time for your elevation. And I know how to get you to where you need to be in your emotional intelligence, in your relationships, in your business, in your sales and marketing strategies, in who it is that you are becoming, in your personal development, in your self-esteem, in your mind shift change. You owe it to you. Go right now, theeaglesacademy.com, theeaglesacademy.com. When you get there, tap the join now button, fill out the form. I guarantee you're going to be transformed. Family, just got a question for you. Were you transformed by this conversation? Were you transformed by this conversation? If so, just type wisdom. I'm stronger. I'm better. I'm wiser. Yeah. I'm stronger. I'm wiser. I'm better. Much better. And for some of you, you never would have made it without this powerful podcast today. I want to encourage you. Keep on keeping on. Hang in there. Keep going. Keep growing. Keep blooming. Keep blossoming. There's something great in you that the world needs. And now is the time to unveil it. Family in the mix is out of time. But trust me, I'm not out of truth. And so I want to thank you for rocking with me. I want to thank you for riding with me. I want to thank you for rolling with me. Why? Because that's just how we roll. And we roll together each and every single weekday, Monday through Friday for In the Mix. And we mix it up right here every weekday, Monday through Friday for In the Mix. And we mix it up right here on the YouTube side. Hit that thumbs up button. Hit that thumbs up button. Like, comment. There it is. Share, subscribe. You see the prompts. Share this link with somebody. Hit that thumbs up button. Don't just become a subscriber and a viewer. Don't just be a viewer, but become a partner. Those of you who are in our live chat, there's a digital decal by your name. That lets me know that you're a partner. I appreciate that. Those of you who don't have a digital decal badge by your name, I want you to go get one. Become a partner with us. You're watching the mix, but become a member of In the Mix. Tap that link. Tap the link in the description of this video. Links in our chat. Once you do that, you'll see 3 options pop up: VIP, royalty, OQP. Choose one of those 3. My gift to you is to give you access to our Connor's Corner content. Yeah. In the Mix membership. Membership has its privileges. That's what it is. Not only do we mix it up right here on the YouTube side, but also on our sister satellite stations on social media. I just got a question for you. Are you my friend? Are we locked in? Well, then step this way. Step that way. Which way? By friending me, follow me on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok. We don't stop at EddieConnorJr. EddieConnorJr. Family, y'all keep showing love. I'm going to keep showing up. And I want you to show up this coming Sunday at 10 o'clock a.m. to the Remnant Worshipers Ministry, where I pastor. I'm the pastor of the Remnant Worshipers Ministry in the city of Detroit. 20470 Hubble Street is the address. Doing our best to save you a seat. And, yeah, I know this for a fact that when you join our church, when you're part of our church, a church of lives worth the flight of the drive, when you arrive, you're going to be empowered to thrive and you're going to be revived at 20470 Hubble Street in the city of Detroit. I'm telling you, you come as a friend, you're going to leave as family. Bet your bottom dollar on that one. Come as a friend, leave as family. Join us this coming Sunday, 10 o'clock a.m. 10 o'clock a.m. this coming Sunday. We also have Bible class, which I call TNT Tuesday, Truth and Transformation Tuesdays. Every Tuesday, we start off with prayer at 6 p.m., and then we have Bible class at 7 p.m. You owe it to you to join us. You owe it to you. A friend of mine, Reverend Carson, said, being a Christian, not going to church, is like being married and never going home. Being a Christian, not going to church is like being married and never going home. Yeah, somebody who's married just said the devil is a lie. I wish they would. Well, I want to see your face in the place at our church, the Remnant Worshipers Ministry. Tell somebody, bring somebody. We'd love to see your face in the place because we know you can't afford to miss our word and worship experience. Powerful prayer, praise, and preach word. that's going to bless your life and lift your spirit. trwchurch.org to get more information about our church, trwchurch.org. You can also get any of my books. I got 18 books out there. You know, I can't teach about everything at one time, but you get it all at one time when you get my books. Got 18 books out there on Amazon, ebooks, audiobooks, hard copies. You can also get signed copies at my website, EddieConnor.com. And not only do I just write books, I show you how to write yours. Take my same strategies, my same blueprint that I use to write best-selling books. You can do the same. Go get that at EddieConnor.com. Let me help you. Let me show you how to take your manuscript to the marketplace, become an industry authority as an author, and increase your sales. This is a great resource for aspiring authors and currently published authors. Go get that. Generally, after you speak, generally after you write a book, people are going to ask you to talk about it. But do you understand the art of communication? What picture are you painting when you're speaking? Whatever you're building, you can build it better if you use better words. Let me show you how to do that. Let me show you how to wow your audience. Let me show you what it takes to do what you need to do to be invited back. I've made all the mistakes when it came to writing books. I've made all the mistakes when it came to speaking on stage. But I've avoided those mistakes now. I've overcome those mistakes. I've rectified that to now give you the strategies and the solutions and the system, saving yourself time, energy, money, so that you can flourish in the right direction. Speaking of speaking, and matter of fact, you can get all those resources at EddieConnor.com, EddieConnor.com. Download those now. Download those now. My Successful Speaker Strategies, digital video training guide, my bestseller book blueprint. Speaking of speaking, if you're looking for a dynamic speaker now, why would you look any further? You know that I'm the man for the job. So invite me to speak at your church, your conference, your community center, your school, your graduation, your session, your podcast. Let's make some progression. All you got to do is email me to invite me. Add me to your calendar. Email me to invite me. info@EddieConnor.com. info@EddieConnor.com. And it would be an honor for me to empower you. Yours truly, Dr. Eddie, your main man, 100 grand. Your brother. And I mean that from another mother. Family has been fun, but you know, brother, got to run. So I want you to know it's been a privilege and a pleasure, a treat and a treasure, a joy. Yes, it has been beyond measure, but I want you, yes, you, I'm talking to you now, to remember to keep the faith and believe it's going to be bigger, better, brighter, peace, and a whole lot of love. Keep soaring higher. You know, I realize the extent of your development is connected to the extent of your investment. What I mean, invest little, develop little. But we're investing much into you as you invest in yourself by developing your purpose, developing your goals and your dreams and your ideals and your ideas, shifting you from ideas to income. Where does this all happen at? I'm so glad you asked. It takes place in our Eagles Academy. All you have to do is go right now to theeaglesacademy.com, tap the Join Now button, fill out the form, be transformed to shift your ideas into income, your contacts into contracts, really to grow your ideas, your impact, and your influence. You owe it to you to invest in you. And as a result of it, now you are able to be coached and mentored and be a part of our live trainings with yours truly. Yeah, with me, along with a host of other leaders and trendsetters and trailblazers and accountability partners. No one grows in a silo. The power of mentorship, it takes what I've learned in years and months and I give it to you in minutes. What I've learned in decades and I can give it to you in days. To be a part of our private Facebook group, to get guided feedback through our Eagle's Nest reflections, to get access to all of the content, all the live sessions and the trainings of business development, of financial stewardship, of the impact and empowerment that only takes place when you go right now to theeaglesacademy.com. Again, when you get there, tap the Join Now button, fill out the form, be transformed. But it doesn't just stop there. You want to develop your book? Then guess what? You are an aspiring author. You need to get my bestseller book blueprint. It's available right now, accessidentity.org/author. All of the insight of what it is that I have used to write 18 books and be a best-selling author. You owe it to you to get your hands on that. You also owe it to you to get my Successful Speaker Strategies download. I'm telling you, whatever you're building, you can build it better if you use better words. Let me show you how to develop your communication. There's an art to communication. Let me show you how to develop that. Go right now as well to accessidentity.org/speaker. And then I am blessed to pastor the Remnant Worshipers Church. I want you to be a part of the church that I am pastoring at right now is such a great thing of what it is that God has fashioned us to do. And it's taking place right here in the city of Detroit, 10 a.m. every Sunday, 6 p.m. we have prayer on Tuesdays, and then 7 p.m. on those same Tuesdays we have TNT Tuesdays. Truth and Transformation. It's amazing. You want to be a part of it. Go right now, trwchurch.org. And then I want to see your face in the place this Sunday at 20470 Hubble Street. I'm doing my best to save you a seat. Powerful prayer, praise, and a preach word. Can't wait to see your face in place at the Remnant Worshipers Church.